Greetings. Hope this finds you well today. Whatever time of day you happen to be joining in, looking to share a practice together, I'm grateful for you taking this time for our opportunity to just have a little bit of time to share the practice of yoga. When we share it with one another, it kind of enlivens our own practice, even though you may be alone doing it there. Right now, just hearing another voice, letting somebody else kind of move you through something can be a way of support. It's what I find myself trying to do more and more these days. The very fact of trying to get a class out to you right now is just simply my way of trying to be of support to somebody else. We all need support, especially in challenging times. There's talk, of course, of things perhaps opening up slowly. We don't really know when that will be, but when it will be, it will surely be something different than what we've known in the past. We all are probably seeing and feeling and experiencing this in different ways. It's important that we just allow each other to be where each person needs to be. Support one another. If somebody needs to stay home and to be enclosed always, maybe look in on them with a phone call or a text or something. It just says, hey, how you doing? Let's set our judgments aside about what people wear and whether they're able to go out or not. Just be supportive, because it's kind of confusing, challenging times, and we need to support one another. So I'd like your practice to be as a support for yourself. I'm joining in with you today to help support you, but you are supporting yourself by just taking care of your body right now in this practice. See your actions here as a manifestation of care for yourself. Let's begin with the care that we know from the breath. Let the breath that's entering you be like a love note from the great mystery. Just being grateful that the breath that you take right now hopefully is one of comfort to you. There is that fear that we all have probably experienced when anytime our breath doesn't seem quite right at this time, we almost automatically start to think, oh, is this that virus? So take in nice deep breaths right now with gratitude. Let the breath be part of a cleansing of yourself. As we take care of ourselves, told to wash our hands, keep the hands away from the face. All of these are things to try to keep ourselves clean. But let's allow the breath to be part of that cleansing process here now. As we support one another, as we support ourselves, let's offer a little support for the body. One of the central aspects of support for our bodies are our feet. So if you grab your foot with your right hand here, grab that left foot with your right hand, you could circle the left arm around, or you could take this hand underneath the calf and just grab a hold then with your left foot here with your left hand. And then if you'd like, you could try to interlace the fingers in between the toes and then just give them a nice little swirl around. Work that ankle, work the toes, spreading open the toes there, give them a nice stretch themselves, and then work the ankle back in circles. And once you've kind of worked your toes and the ankle, then start to work it on up towards the hip and rock the cradle here. Swing that leg open. If you'd like, just hold it open a little bit more. Take it back. And feel the movement in your body. But notice how we're offering it support. When we complete that, let's let that leg come right back down. Let's do the same with the right then. Taking hold of your right foot there with your left hand. Right arm can go around or it can come up underneath and grab a hold of that foot. We'll invite you to interlace your fingers there between the toes. You don't have a little toe fetish or anything, you don't like touching your toes, maybe then don't do this. But it feels good to just spread those toes open, give them a good swirl around, and then let that move up the foot so that you begin to really kind of work the ankle. And then take things back the other direction. And then let's swing this leg open. And to warm it up. When you complete that, we'll just come back to our seated position. Sitting up nice and tall. Good deep inhalation here. Let's inhale those arms up as we take a nice deep inhalation. Rising on up. Drop that left hand there beside you and circle the right arm overhead. Inhale, take the arm back up. Let's turn the gaze upward. Reach up a little higher and then drop the right arm over the head again. Breathing into the right rib cage. Letting the breath support you, lift you up a little bit more. Inhale, let's swivel both arms back up to the sky. Lengthen on up, and on the exhalation, we'll drop that right hand beside us. Take the left arm over the head. Inhale, draw the left arm back up, gazing up at it. Reach up, exhale, take it over the ear. Inhale, lift up both arms. Exhale, drop the left hand onto the back, right hand onto the elbow and press, stretching the tricep. Inhale, lift up the arms. Exhale, drop the right hand onto the back, left hand onto the elbow, stretching the right tricep. Inhale the arms up, swing them out to the side, swirl that left arm across the body. Swing the right arm up against it and squeezing so that you work the shoulder a little bit. Inhale the arms open. Exhale, swing the right arm across the body. Take that left arm up against it and squeeze. Inhale the arms back open, and exhale, we'll set the hands right beside us. I'm going to invite you to just let your legs swing out in front of you. And just come and turn at a bit of an angle. I'd like to thank the lovely folks here at Renew Wellness Center, allowing me to use this great space. Those of you who practice here, hopefully enjoy just kind of seeing the space rather than my own living room there. From our legs being stretched on out here now, let's just take the legs and wiggle them around a bit. I'm going to invite you to just press your bottom forward and then allow your body to lay back down. As it comes down, let's let the knees come back up. And just work through a few pelvic tilts here, working the hips now. So it's like a cat-cow on your back. We're going to tilt the pelvis away as you would, well, rolling that pelvis down and then allow the belly to come up as you would into a cow. Now we're not going to take the head back, just lifting up, and then on the exhalation, then press the small of the back down. That's going to tilt the pelvis forward. So you're creating a little bit more bowl here, pressing the tummy in towards the spine, this lower back coming into the mat. My hands out of the way, you can see that. So we inhale, lift it up, pelvis tilts downward, exhale, tilt it back towards you, belly presses down, lower back into the mat. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Then just stretch that right leg right down the mat. Let's pull the left leg up towards us. Nice pulling of the knee in towards the chest. Inhale there, exhaling as you squeeze down. Now let's lift it up on an inhalation. And then exhale, pull it back in. As you stretch that left leg down the mat, pull the right leg back in. And we'll let that left leg stretch on out down the mat as we press the right knee into the heart or chest. Inhale, let it release and spring up. Exhale, back down. Stretching the legs back down the mat. Take the hands alongside the body. Press onto your heels just enough to slip your hands underneath your bottom. And then with your arms tucked in tight alongside your body, palms facing down, we'll inhale both legs up. Now with your hands tucked underneath your bottom, it's going to facilitate this descent a little bit more. Not too much work on the core, but enough perhaps you're going to feel it. Inhale, we'll lift the legs back up. Exhale, take them back down. Inhale, lift the legs back up. Now let the hands slip out from the side. Palms down. And exhale down. Notice the difference. What that support of the hands underneath your bum, how nice that is. Now just take the left leg up and the right arm up. Inhaling up. Exhale, let's drop that arm up to the side and the leg slowly down. Inhale, left arm and right leg. Exhale, leg down, arm out to the side. Inhale, both legs up. Exhale, both arms up. Inhale, lower the legs a little bit, but pause there. Now let's get the core nicely engaged. It's a great support system. Let's fire it up. Exhale, slowly let the arms come to the side, the legs down the mat. They can touch down. If you prefer to just hold them, you can do that too. Inhale, the legs up. Exhale, the arms up. Inhale, lower the legs a little bit. Exhale, arms and legs all the way down slowly. Good core activation. Slide the legs back up, down, up the mat. Knees pointing towards the ceiling. Pulling the heels close to your bottom. They're not going to be touching the bottom, but close. And then the hands alongside the body here. Palms facing down. Inhale, lift up the hips into a bridge pose. As we support one another, a bridge is a nice lift to support others. You get them from one side to the other. Inhale the arms up then. Exhale, take the arms back behind you. Stretch the arms of the way. So you get a nice stretch starting to happen there. Lower your bottom right to the mat so you've got a deep arch in your back. Good stretch here through the rib cage, up through the armpits as his arms extend back. Then to soften that stretch, drop the lower back down onto the mat. That will release this stretch on the upper body. But now we got a nice tight core. Go ahead and lift up the hips again into bridge. Now let's work our neck a little bit here with an inhalation. Take that left arm up, and as the arm swings to the earth, turn your gaze over to the left as well. We're going to follow that on the breath. Inhale, switch it up. Right arm is going to come and float down to the heel. The left arm goes back, and turn your gaze over to the right. Inhale, switch. Exhale, gazing left. Left hand down, right arm back. Inhale, switch. Right hand down, right gaze. Left arm back behind you. One more set. Inhale, switch over to the left. Exhaling there. And inhale, switch. Exhale there. Inhale, now lift up the left arm, take the gaze back to center. Slowly let the hips come down as that left hand centers or descends alongside. Maybe just kind of let the legs sway here a little bit. We're not quite done. I'm going to invite you to play with this just a little bit more in our bridge. Tuck those feet in again. Palms alongside the body. Keep the shoulder blades down as best you can. Inhale, we're going to lift up. Holding there on the exhalation. Now on the inhalation, stretch your left leg out. If you're doing okay with that, let's take it and bend it at the knee and slip that left heel, the outside edge of the left foot, onto the right knee, and then try to lift the right foot up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and release. Pull that right leg straight on, or left leg straight out. Push it down. Good chance the bottom is kind of descended here. Let's lift that back up. And now let's work the right side. Stretch the right leg out, fold it, drop the outside edge of the right foot onto the left thigh. 1, 2, lifting up the heel. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we'll stretch the right leg out. I always get a cramp here in my quad or thighs when I'm doing that. Need to work on that more often, obviously. All right, we're back to our bridge. Lift up a little bit higher. And then exhale, slowly let it come down. Let the legs sway momentarily here. Good inhalation. Exhale in with comfort. On the next inhalation, let's let the feet slip off the mat, rolling the knees back. Lift your head off the mat, reaching out for the feet. When you exhale, thrust the feet forward and roll forward with some vigor into a seated forward fold. Then we'll inhale and roll it right back down. Exhale, slide the knees upward. Inhale, reach for them, lift the feet. Lengthen, or we will lengthen then on the exhalation, stretching the legs out and driving the feet forward into a seated forward fold. Let's go through that 2 more times. Inhaling down. Exhale, knees up. Inhale, feet back, reach for them. Exhale, thrust forward. Inhale, last one. Exhale, knees up. Inhale, float the knees towards you, or reach the hands for the feet. Exhale, thrust forward, seated forward fold. Hold it here. Allow yourself not to grab a hold of something and yank yourself down, but with a gentle reaching forward, wherever your body gets to. It might be on the knees here, on the calves, the ankles, wherever you can get to. Just slowly lower yourself in. And then we'll bring it back up with an inhalation. Let's slide the feet together here into a bound angle or butterfly. You can wrap the hands around the feet. Sit up nice and tall. Lengthen up. We're going to take this with a little bit of a twist. You'll feel it perhaps a little bit more in the abdomen, and it's a nice kind of squeeze and soak for the inner organs. If you take that left hand, carefully just slip it behind you, then release the right hand outward to that left knee and twist. Look over the left shoulder. Feel it again, a little bit more perhaps on the front side, more than we normally do on the back side. And then just switch it around. Swing that right arm behind you, circle the left arm over towards the right knee, look over the right shoulder, and a gentle twist. Now, so that we can activate the spine just a little bit more here, let's take the feet, press into them, and just roll forward so you come onto your knees. Now, if sitting on your knees is not something that feels particular, or sitting on folded legs with your bottom on your heels is not something that feels particularly good for you, because it doesn't for everybody. If you got a block, you could stick a block back here, set your bum down on that so it's not squeezing down on the knees so much. Another alternative would be to take, if you got a pillow handy, you slip that pillow right here over your calves, and then you'll sit down on that, again, lifting you up. If you're feeling okay with this, we'll just set our bottom back on the heels for a moment then. Grab the right hand over to that knee. Now swing that left arm all the way across the back over towards the right hip. Think of lifting up through the crown here as you're looking out to the left. And then on an exhalation, twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Swing that to the other side there. Right hand across the back over towards the left hip. Left hand on the outside of the right knee. Looking to the right. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. And then we'll take it right back to center again. Just bring the hands underneath us, knees underneath us. Hands nice spread on the fingers. Take those arms and swing the inside of your arms a little more forward, locking in so you've got a nice, not that we're just going to be too rigid here. Want some softness, but You kind of lock yourself down a little bit. Tops of the feet can be flat on the mat right now, knees underneath the hips. Let's roll through some cat-cows from this table position. We did it on our backs, now lifting it up. So flipping the body up. Let's lift the tailbone up, drop the belly. Gaze rises forward. Exhale, tilt the pelvis. Downward, chin to the chest, and the back arches up. Inhale, roll through into cow. Exhale, into cat. Come back to neutral spine. With your left foot, let's swing that up back behind us, keeping the leg bent, and kind of like you want to touch the sole of your foot to the back of your head. A little Cirque du Soleil work here. And then when you exhale, we'll bow the head and draw that right underneath and through. So we're just switching it up. Just inhale. Gaze is up, so it's like a cow. Exhale, more like cat. Inhale, now stretch that leg right back out behind you. And on the exhalation, take your foot and spin it out to the side. So you go into a tiger twist. Left foot across the right leg, plant it outside the mat there on the right side. Press through the heel, toes are curled. Turn your right ear and shoulder towards one another, looking back at the left foot. On the inhalation, we'll take that right on out behind us again. Then swing it forward all the way up. So if you can get it kind of in alignment with your hands, that would be a start. But maybe you can even swing it a little bit further forward. Take this to a tangled cat. Now, there's variations here. The simplest one right now is to just reach over with your right hand and see if you can grab that left knee that's swung way out to the side here. If you can get to that, that's a good start. Maybe you can slide the hand down towards the ankle. Maybe even get out towards the foot. So now you're going to be getting a nice deep stretch through this whole length of this leg. If the knee wants to bend a little bit, that's okay. Doesn't have to be hyperextended. But if we can lower that into place, we're going to feel and deepen the stretch. If you're doing okay, then take your left hand and reach back for the right knee or thigh. And now you come into a full tangled cat. You're going to kind of feel a nice stretch across the back as well as down this left leg. Then we'll replace the right hand first, then the left. Carefully slide that left leg back behind you and just plant the toes right onto the mat. We'll step the right foot back so we come into a plank. Nice deep inhalation here in our plank. As we exhale, let's send the hips upward and walk our way into a downward facing dog, softening the knee and planting the opposite foot back and forth. And then let's settle ourselves into a nice down dog here. Good deep inhalation. Rise up through the hips. Now let's stay planted in that right foot. And then we'll inhale, lift up the left leg, three-legged dog, and send that left foot forward to the front of the mat. Check out your alignment. Front knee is over the ankle or behind it. Right now the back foot's pointed forward, stretching back through that heel. Drop the back knee to the mat. Uncurl the toes. Lift up the body and extend the arms out. And inhaling, open that left arm out over the left leg and take it right inside. And again, if you'd like, you could use a block here and set that right inside the foot as well. So with or without a block, just like you do with a triangle pose. Gaze can go to the upper hand. Then swing that upper arm back to the mat. Take your right hand or left hand back out to the outside of the left foot. Let's curl the toes behind us and lift the back knee off the mat. Now we want to support ourselves. We want to keep this safe and sure that we're okay. If you'd like, you can bring the hands up onto this knee first. If you're comfortable with it, let's take the hands right off the mat and lift up into a crescent lunge. Press back to the extended legs, heel. Let the hips sink down a bit here. Then we'll drop the arms on an inhalation. Swivel that right arm out in front of you and then exhale it right into place inside the left foot, gazing up towards the left hand. Circle that left arm back behind you. Bring it to the mat. Let's take the left foot here then. Slide it right back, come right back up into a three-legged dog. Exhale, drop the foot back down. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift up nice and high. Exhale, settle the heels in. Inhale, let the knees bend and come back down to the mat. Hands back underneath the shoulders. Good deep inhalation here and exhalation. Just stay soft and calm. And then we'll come back to our cat-cow. 2 more. Inhale, belly drops as the bottom lifts up, gazes forward. Exhale, tilt the pelvis down, chin to the chest. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Back to neutral spine, keeping the right knee bent, but swing it back and up behind you. Lift the gaze up like you're trying to touch the back of the head with the sole of your foot. Exhale, swing that knee underneath and through. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, back underneath and through. Inhale, press back through that right heel now. Exhale, take it over the leg, plant the toes, turn your gaze left ear and shoulder towards one another, looking back now at that right foot crossed over the left leg. Tiger twist. Inhale, lift the leg up, stretch it back behind you, then swing it all the way out to the front here. Going for our tangled cat. So get the foot out as far up and out as you can. Then we'll take the left hand over to the right leg. Slide down towards the toes or the foot if you can get there. And then you can stay right up here. Listen to your body. And then if it's doing okay, take the right hand. Work it back towards that left thigh. Breathe. Try to let that right leg fall into place. Releasing, we'll drop the right hand right underneath us, then the left hand back over under place, and then swinging that right leg back behind you, plant the toes, slide the left leg back into plank. Good deep inhalation in your plank. Start to lift the hips up so that as you exhale, you're coming into downward facing dog. Good deep inhalation, lift up a little higher. Exhale, settle the heels in. The knees might have a soft bend, the heels might be slightly lifted. Don't have to be down. Press into the left heel and inhale the right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, pull it forward to the front of your mat. Front knees over the ankle or behind it, back foot's pointed forward. Press back through that back heel, the extended leg. Drop the back knee. Lift up the body. Rotate the right hand right out in front of you, and then drop it right inside that foot on a block or not. Gaze to the upper left. Inhale, lift it back up, swivel the hips forward again, hands to the mat. Curl the toes behind you, lift up the back knee. Come on up into a higher lunge, whatever you feel is best. Your hands could be on blocks here for support. Lift yourself up, bring the hands to the knees first again. What feels right, what's safe, be that way. Support yourself as we need to do for one another. Drop the arms out to the side, swivel the left arm forward now, and exhale, drop that into place beside you, turning the gaze now up to the upper right hand. Circle that right hand back around behind you. We're just going to slip this left or right foot right back up into the three-legged dog as you inhale. Bring it right on up. As you exhale, though, let's bring it forward back to the front of the mat. Push off the back foot, and let's bring ourselves to a standing forward fold. Good deep inhalation and exhalation. Allow the head, neck, and shoulders to relax. And inhale, let's rise up. Palms can meet up overhead. And then exhale, tilt it over to the left. Inhale, back to center. And exhale over to the right. Inhale, back to center. Nice soft back bend. Bringing it back on the next inhalation. Exhale the hands to the heart. extension again. We're going to step back with the right foot, inhaling on the exhalation. Step your left foot back behind you. And as you do, dropping that foot into place, checking your alignment. Front foot is forward, but that line goes right back and intersects with the back heel, or maybe even the inside, the instep there. Leg gets locked in. We're going to go to triangle first. Let's draw the arms out to the side. Reach on out, maybe lengthen out a little bit further through that left hand. And then exhale, fold into triangle. Once again, if you've got a block here, it could be inside or outside that leg, or the hand can rest on the shin. Doesn't have to get all the way here to the mat. It's often a little bit of an overextension. So just allow yourself to fold easily right there at the hips. Gaze to the upper hand. I'm going to invite you to bend that front left knee, and as you do, let the left arm go out in front of you. Now very carefully, this is going to be a little dicey movement here. It's very simple, but it can be dicey. Swing that right arm over, and as you do, try to rotate the back foot forward too. So now you're just into a lunge, and then take it into a power lunge by pressing back to that heel like somebody's pulling you back this way, but now reach your arms out like someone else has got your wrist pulling you in this direction. And then we're going to swivel it right back up into triangle again. Reach the arms out, front knee tucks in, exhale, triangle. Gaze can go to the upper hand. Inhale, open up the arms again. Now swing both feet so that they're pointed on the long end of your mat. We'll inhale those arms up. Exhale, fold, and bring your body right down into a wide leg forward fold. Play with it now. Let's soften the knees and let the arms swing from one end of the mat to the other, going from one knee bending and the opposite leg straightening out for a little bit of work through the groin, down the interior of the legs. And then let's stop up there at that front left foot. Rotate the feet now so they're forward. Actually, just the back or the front foot. Take that back foot now, angle it so that the heels are intersecting. Take your left elbow right up onto the left knee. Circle the right arm across the back. Setting up for an extended side angle. Press down through this leg. Lengthen down the leg. Push to the outside edge of that foot. Draw the shoulder back. Then lifting up the arm. Inhale up. Exhale, take it over the ear. Inhale, swing the arm all the way back behind you. As it comes to the mat, we're going to rotate that back foot so it's pointed forward. And then stepping off the back foot, come right into a standing forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step that right foot back behind you again. And now anchor the front knee in and bow the head towards the knee. Soften that front knee, bend into it a bit, rotate the back foot so it's pointed forward, slide that front foot back underneath you. Good deep inhalation. Let's vinyasa flow right on through the cobra. Exhale, drop knees, chin and chest. Lift up the heart. Lowering body back down, curling toes, pressing the hips back, lifting up into downward facing dog. Press into the left heel. Inhale, lift up the right leg. Three-legged dog. Exhale, pull that foot forward. Inhale, lift up the hips. Push off the back left foot. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold over to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, press into the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, simple back bend. Gaze can be up like you're stargazing. Inhale, take it back to center, palms to the heart, and drop them right down in. Hold here for a breath. And we're going to work the other side. Inhale. As you exhale, we'll step the left foot back this time. Rotate that back foot so that the heel is in, toes are out, intersecting with the front heel. We'll open up the arms, reach out through the right fingertips. Exhale, fold into triangle, gaze to the upper hand. Start to bend into the left or the right knee. Reach that arm right out in front of you. And then start to rotate the left arm forward and very carefully rotate the back foot so it's pointed forward and reach out into a power lunge. See if we can circle it right back into triangle, lift it back up, reach out, and fold back into triangle. Inhale now, lifting up both arms, extend it out, rotate, so both feet are going to be pointed on the long end of your mat. We're going to bring the arms right back up again, and exhale. I'm going to switch up here on you, and we'll bring it right back down to the mat. Again, a little bit of sway, back and forth. Now pause at the right foot up front. Let's rotate that foot forward. Back left foot is going to be turned in. Heels are aligned with one another. Inch that right elbow right up onto the right knee. Let's circle the left arm across the back. Turning the gaze up and back. Stretch down this left leg. Push to the outer edge of that back foot. Inhale the left arm up to the sky. Exhale, take it over the ear. Nice engagement of energy through your body. Pressing through that foot, rising up through the side body, out through the fingertips. Inhale, lift it right back up. We're going to swing the hands back down to the mat here, I guess. Press that off that back foot, step it forward. Standing forward fold. Inhale, rise up to neutral spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step that left foot back behind you again. And then try to draw this front knee in, bowing the head towards the knee. Inhale, allow that front knee to bend a little bit here. Slide the front foot back. Good deep inhalation. Exhale. Knees, chin, and chest. Cobra. Inhale and curl the toes behind you. Press the hips back and lift up into downward facing dog. Pressing into the right foot. Inhale the left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it forward. But this time, rather than coming all the way forward, let's just drop right onto that knee. And then slip the opposite leg, the right leg, right back up. And we'll just lift our body up into a kneeling position. If you've got blocks, you may want to do them. We're just going to work with a little camel pose here. You may want to have blocks up high alongside the calves or near the ankles. If you're comfortable without the blocks, or you don't want to even go back this deep, that's fine too. What we do is just let our shoulders dangle down here. You curl the toes behind you. Then slip the hands with the palms facing down, or the palms in and the fingers facing down. So the palms are on the small of your back, fingers are on the rise of your body. Start to open up the heart and chest. Lift the chin up a little bit. I always like to just slide the hands off here. Allow yourself to kind of open up, like your body is a gift. You've supported yourself through your practice, support one another, receive the blessing of all that is around you. And if you'd like, take that left hand or right hand off to the one heel, then to the other. Try not to let the hips drop back. We're going to keep the hips pushing forward and let the heart open up fully with the chin opening Opening up the throat chakra. Head dropping back. To release this, just take the hands off. Let's draw the chin in towards the chest first. Let the gaze be down. And then I'm going to invite you to just allow yourself to fall over onto a hip, swing those legs forward. And come onto our backs again. As you roll down, let your legs come back with you. Tuck the knees in. We did a little back work there. We've done it a number of times. We began with it with the bridge, and then we finishing there with the camel. Now let's offer support to the back for the work. It's done by maybe taking it with a little massage on the lower back, drawing the knees in circles. You could slip the hands inside, grab a hold of the big toes with your index, middle finger, and thumb, keeping the knees bent, and come into a simple happy baby pose, which can also be a nice kind of massage on the lower back. And then when you're ready, let your feet come down. If there's still something else that your body needs to have a little extra attention given to it, take care of that. But when you're ready, let the arms come alongside the body, the legs can slide down the mat, and you come into this pose of Shavasana. You nestle into that final pose. I'd like to share a poem. The poet is David Budbill. The first green of spring. Sort of in the spirit of supporting one another. The way nature, spring, supports us. Out walking in the swamp, picking cowslip, marsh marigold, this sweet first green of spring. Now sauteed in a pan, melting to a deeper green than ever they were alive. This green, this life, harbinger of things to come. Now we sit at the table munching on this message from the dawn which says, we and the world are alive again today. And this is the world's birthday. And even though we know we are growing old, we are dying, we will never be young again. We also know we're still right here, now, today. And oh my, don't these greens taste good? Invite you to wiggle fingers and toes. Turning wrists and ankles in and out. Simple movements, but they are movements of life. Movements of your body, supporting your needs. Letting that move and work its way up through the arms and legs when you're ready. Drawing the knees up, letting the feet support the legs underneath. And then as you're ready, slip the hips a little bit over to the left. Let your body roll over onto its right side. comfort of a fetal position. And then when you're ready, pressing out through that top left leg, pushing off your top arm. Bring your body up to a seated position where your gaze might be lowered or your eyes even closed. And as always, I'm going to invite you to bring the palms of your hands together and gently but vigorously rub the two together. And then to place your hands over your lower gaze or your closed eyes. Isn't life wonderful, sweet, and grand? Aren't the beautiful scenes of green and colors that are flashing in spring saying yes to life? Are not they grand? It is so good to be alive. Let us open up our eyes. Let us drop those palms, hands that can support one another even if they're not touching one another. We can just be of support in ways of a glance, of a phone call, of a text. Be supportive to one another and to yourself. I thank you that perhaps the practice today was part of the way that you were supporting yourself. And I'm grateful that I got to be a part of that support. The light and the support within me reaches out to you in gratitude for the light and the support that you are to me by sharing your practice. And I bow to that light. Namaste. Keep supporting each other. I'll see you soon.